Ladies, today I want to talk about something that might surprise you. There are things about you that men notice, but they don't always tell you. These are the qualities that are far beyond what you see in the mirror. It's deeper than just the surface. Authenticity is one of the most powerful qualities a person can possess, especially in a world that often encourages us to chase after an idealized version of ourselves. Perfection is often seen as the ultimate goal, something to be strived for and achieved. Yet it is authenticity that speaks volumes and resonates deeply with others. When we present ourselves as we truly are, with all our flaws, quirks, and vulnerabilities, it creates a sense of trust, connection, and realness that no perfect facade could ever achieve. Men, in particular, notice this authenticity even when it goes unspoken. It is not the polished, idolized version of someone that they connect with, but the real, unfiltered person who embraces who they are, flaws and all. There is something magnetic about someone who is comfortable in their own skin, who is unafraid to show their true selves. When a woman is authentic, she doesn't feel the need to constantly conform to society's standards of beauty, success, or behavior. She knows that she is enough just as she is. And it is in this understanding of self-worth that authenticity shines. When you stop trying to be perfect and instead focus on being true to yourself, you free yourself from the anxiety of needing to meet unattainable standards. This freedom allows you to engage with others in a way that is genuine. And men can sense that. They notice when a woman is not trying to impress them, but simply being herself. Authenticity also creates a deeper level of intimacy in relationships. When we let go of the pressure to be perfect, we open the door to vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is a sign of strength. It takes courage to show up as your true self, without the masks or the walls. Men are drawn to this strength, as it reflects a woman who has come to terms with who she is and is unafraid to let others see her heart. It allows for a deeper connection, one based on truth rather than the illusion of perfection. Furthermore, authenticity builds trust. People trust those who are real because there is no hidden agenda. You don't have to wonder what's behind the surface because what you see is what you get. When you're authentic, you show others that you are comfortable with who you are and that you don't need to pretend to be someone else to be worthy of love and respect. This transparency creates an environment where others can feel safe to be themselves as well, and trust naturally follows. Men notice this trustworthiness and it draws them in. Being authentic also means embracing your imperfections, your struggles, and your mistakes. Perfection demands constant success and flawlessness, but authenticity allows room for growth, learning, and transformation. Life is a journey, and we are all works in progress. When you embrace your imperfections, you send a message that it's okay to be human, that it's okay to stumble and fall as long as you keep getting back up. This resilience is something men notice and admire because it shows that you are not only comfortable with who you are, but also committed to continuing to grow and evolve. In contrast, the pursuit of perfection can be exhausting. It places unrealistic expectations on us, often leading to burnout, frustration, and feelings of inadequacy. The pressure to constantly perform at our best can take a toll on our mental and emotional health. Authenticity, on the other hand, brings relief. It allows you to step off the hamster wheel of perfection and simply be. It frees you from the need to constantly prove your worth, and it allows you to embrace your unique qualities and talents. Men notice when a woman isn't caught up in the cycle of perfectionism. They see the peace and contentment that come with being true to oneself, and it draws them in. Moreover, authenticity is not just about being true to yourself, it is also about being honest with others. It's about communicating openly, sharing your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment, and allowing yourself to be seen for who you truly are. This level of honesty is something men deeply appreciate. It creates a foundation for meaningful relationships where both people feel heard, understood, and valued. When a woman is authentic, she invites others to be authentic as well, creating a space for deep, genuine connections. It is important to remember that authenticity doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean that you have to have it all together. or that you should never experience doubt or insecurity. Rather, it means embracing the full spectrum of who you are, the good, the bad, and the in-between. When you let go of the need for perfection and instead focus on being true to yourself, you attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are. Men notice when you are real. They notice when you stop trying to be someone you're not and instead show up as your authentic self. And it is in this authenticity that the deepest connections are formed, the most fulfilling relationships are built, and true happiness is found. Confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can possess. It transcends external appearance and speaks to a deeper strength that comes from within. While society often places an overwhelming emphasis on looks, the truth is that confidence is far more captivating than any physical attribute. When a woman carries herself with confidence, it doesn't matter how she looks, she radiates an energy that draws others in. And that is something that cannot be faked or bought. Men in particular notice this confidence. It's the kind of presence that demands attention without saying a word, and it leaves a lasting impression that goes beyond just the surface level. At its core, confidence is about knowing and accepting yourself. It's about embracing your strengths, acknowledging your weaknesses, and being comfortable in your own skin. When a woman is truly confident, she doesn't feel the need to compare herself to others or to meet the often unrealistic standards set by society. She understands that her value is not determined by her appearance, but by who she is as a person. Men are drawn to this because they can sense that a confident woman is self-assured, self-respecting, and secure in her own worth. This kind of inner strength is magnetic, and it far outweighs any external appearance. When you are confident, you are not afraid to express your thoughts, opinions, and desires. You are unafraid to speak your mind, to set boundaries, and to stand up for what you believe in. This kind of assertiveness is powerful and attractive. Men notice when a woman speaks with clarity and conviction, when she knows what she wants and isn't afraid to go after it. Confidence allows a woman to take up space in the world, to assert her presence without hesitation. She doesn't shrink herself to make others feel comfortable. Instead, she stands tall and owns her space. One of the most important aspects of confidence is self-respect. When a woman respects herself, she sets boundaries and values her time, energy, and emotions. She doesn't tolerate disrespect or mistreatment because she knows she is worthy of better. This self-respect is something men notice. A woman who demands respect from others is one who has a deep understanding of her own worth. This doesn't mean she is arrogant or unapproachable. Rather, it means that she recognizes her value and expects others to treat her with the same level of regard. Men are naturally drawn to women who respect themselves because it shows that they value themselves enough to never settle for less than they deserve. Moreover, confidence allows a woman to be comfortable with vulnerability. It takes strength to be vulnerable, to show up as you are without the fear of judgment. A confident woman is not afraid to show her true emotions, to express her fears, or to admit when she is wrong. She understands that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength, a sign of emotional maturity. Men are attracted to this kind of emotional openness because it creates a space for authentic connection. When a woman is confident in herself, she doesn't feel the need to hide behind a wall of invulnerability or perfection. She is willing to show her true self, which opens the door for deeper, more meaningful interactions. Confidence is also reflected in how a woman carries herself physically. It's not about having the perfect body or conforming to a specific standard of beauty. It's about walking with purpose, standing tall, and carrying yourself with pride. Men notice when a woman walks into a room with her head held high, shoulders back, and a smile on her face. This kind of posture and presence speaks volumes about how she feels about herself. It's an unspoken signal that she is comfortable in her own body and is not afraid to take up space in the world. This physical embodiment of confidence is far more alluring than any outward beauty because it reflects an inner strength that is timeless and unwavering. A confident woman also knows how to embrace her imperfections. She doesn't view her flaws as weaknesses, but as part of what makes her unique. Instead of focusing on what she perceives as her shortcomings, she celebrates her individuality and understands that perfection is not the goal. Men notice this self-acceptance and are drawn to it because it shows that a woman is comfortable with herself. This acceptance of imperfection fosters a sense of ease and authenticity that is incredibly attractive. It creates an atmosphere where others feel comfortable being themselves as well, and it establishes a foundation for true connection and mutual respect. In contrast, when a woman lacks confidence, she may focus too much on her appearance, constantly trying to meet societal standards or the expectations of others. This often leads to insecurity and a sense of dissatisfaction. In these moments, confidence is lacking, and this lack of confidence can make a person appear more distant or closed off. Men can sense when a woman is insecure or uncertain about herself, and it often results in a less genuine connection. Confidence, on the other hand, fosters an openness that invites others to engage with you more deeply. When you are comfortable with who you are, you allow others to feel comfortable around you as well. Confidence is not something that can be bought or faked. It is cultivated from within. It requires self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-respect. When a woman exudes confidence, she shows the world that she knows her worth and that she doesn't need external validation to feel valued. Men notice this inner strength, and it draws them in far more than any outward appearance ever could. Confidence is an energy, a presence, a way of being in the world that speaks to the heart and soul. It's what makes a woman truly captivating, and it is the quality that leaves a lasting impression. How you make someone feel is often more impactful than anything you say or do. Words can be forgotten, actions may fade from memory, but the emotions you evoke in others have a lasting effect. Men, like everyone else, are deeply affected by the way they feel when they are around you. The way you make someone feel determines the depth of the connection you share and the quality of the relationship you build. It goes beyond simple pleasantries or temporary gestures. It's the energy you bring into the room, the kindness you show, and the care you express through both your words and actions. When you make someone feel valued, respected, and cared for, you create a bond that can withstand the test of time. One of the most important ways you make others feel is through your emotional presence. People want to feel seen and heard, and the way you listen and engage with others plays a significant role in how they feel around you. Men notice when a woman is genuinely interested in them, not just in surface level conversation, but in the depth of who they are. A woman who listens actively, who makes an effort to understand what someone is truly saying, creates a space where others feel safe to be themselves. When you show that you care about someone's thoughts, feelings, and experiences, it makes them feel validated and important. This kind of emotional attention is powerful because it signals to others that they matter. Another way you make someone feel is by offering kindness, both in big and small ways. Kindness has the power to create an atmosphere of warmth and trust. When you offer even a simple smile, a word of encouragement, or an act of thoughtfulness, you send the message that you are approachable and that you care about others. Men notice when a woman is kind, not just to them, but to everyone she encounters. It's not about grand gestures or seeking attention. It's about showing genuine compassion. Whether it's giving someone a compliment, holding the door open for someone, or taking the time to help when someone is in need, these acts of kindness leave a lasting impression. They make people feel comfortable, appreciated, and respected. How you make someone feel is also influenced by the way you make them feel supported. Men notice when a woman believes in them, encourages them, and pushes them to be their best selves. Support doesn't always mean offering solutions. Sometimes it means offering a listening ear or a reassuring word. When you show someone that you are rooting for their success and well-being, it creates a deep sense of connection. Men notice when a woman is their ally, when she lifts them up rather than tearing them down. A supportive woman creates an environment where others feel safe to take risks, to be vulnerable, and to grow. Her belief in them acts as a source of motivation and strength. The way you communicate also plays a role in how others feel. Men notice how you express yourself and the tone you use when speaking. Your words can either build someone up or tear them down, and the choice you make has a lasting impact. When you speak with kindness, respect, and empathy, it shows that you care about the other person's emotional well-being. On the other hand, when your words are harsh or dismissive, it creates a barrier and makes people feel unimportant or unheard. Men appreciate a woman who communicates thoughtfully, who takes the time to express herself clearly and lovingly. A well-chosen word can soothe an anxious heart, spark a new idea, or simply make someone feel understood. The way you make someone feel also extends to how you handle their emotions. Men, notice how you respond when they are upset, frustrated, or stressed. Do you listen with empathy and understanding, or do you brush off their feelings? Your response in these moments speaks volumes about your emotional intelligence and the level of care you have for others. A woman who offers comfort and reassurance during difficult times makes others feel supported and cared for. It's not about having all the answers, but about being present and showing that you are there for them. When a man feels that you genuinely care about his emotional state, it deepens the trust and connection between you. Additionally, your energy plays a significant role in how others feel. People are naturally drawn to positive, uplifting energy. Men notice when a woman radiates positivity, when she is optimistic and joyful, even in the face of challenges. This kind of energy is contagious and uplifting, and it creates an atmosphere where others feel comfortable and at ease. A positive energy is not about pretending everything is perfect, but it's about maintaining a hopeful outlook even during tough times. When you approach life with a sense of gratitude and a willingness to see the good in others, it makes those around you feel more hopeful, more confident, and more inspired. Your authenticity is another way you make others feel. When you are genuine, when you show up as your true self, you allow others to do the same. Men notice when a woman is not trying to be something she's not. Her authenticity creates a space where they can also feel safe to be themselves, to let their guard down, and to be real. When you are honest, vulnerable, and transparent, it fosters trust and connection. It's easy to connect with someone who is willing to be open and honest about who they are and what they feel. This kind of transparency creates an emotional bond that is built on mutual understanding and respect. Ultimately, how you make someone feel is one of the most significant factors in any relationship. Men are not just attracted to appearances, they are drawn to how you make them feel in your presence. When you make someone feel valued, understood, supported, and loved, you create a connection that goes beyond the superficial. It's the emotional impact you have on others that lingers long after the interaction has ended. The way you make others feel is a reflection of your character, your kindness, and your ability to connect on a deeper level. It's an unspoken language that has the power to shape the course of relationships and leave a lasting impression. Respecting yourself is one of the most fundamental aspects of living a fulfilling and meaningful life. It is the foundation upon which all other aspects of your well-being rest. When you respect yourself, you acknowledge your worth, set boundaries, and prioritize your emotional, mental, and physical health. This self-respect is not about arrogance or self-centeredness, but about recognizing your inherent value and treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding. It's about creating a life where you stand firm in your beliefs, take responsibility for your choices, and protect your peace. When you respect yourself, you don't allow others to dictate how you should feel, think, or behave. You understand that your thoughts and emotions are valid, and you give yourself permission to express them authentically. This means not suppressing your feelings to please others or hiding your true self to fit into someone else's expectations. Self-respect involves recognizing that you are worthy of love, kindness, and respect, and that you do not have to settle for anything less. When you honor your feelings, your needs, and your desires, you communicate to others that you will not tolerate mistreatment or disrespect. This in turn encourages others to treat you with the same respect you show yourself. One of the key aspects of respecting yourself is setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not walls or barriers, but rather guidelines that define how you want to be treated by others. When you respect yourself, you are not afraid to say no when something doesn't align with your values or when something feels uncomfortable. Setting boundaries helps protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. It is a way of showing yourself that you matter and that your needs are important. When you set clear and respectful boundaries, you send a message that you value your own well-being and are not willing to compromise it for the sake of others. Self-respect also involves taking care of your physical and mental health. When you respect yourself, you make choices that nourish your body and mind. You recognize the importance of self-care and understand that your well-being is not something to be taken for granted. This means getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, and engaging in physical activity that makes you feel strong and vibrant. It also means taking time to relax, de-stress, and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. When you respect your body, you treat it with care and kindness, and you don't allow unhealthy habits or toxic environments to undermine your health. Self-respect is about making choices that honor your body's needs, not just in the short term, but for your long-term vitality and happiness. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and respecting yourself involves taking care of your emotional and psychological needs. This might mean seeking therapy or counseling when you need help, practicing mindfulness and meditation to manage stress, or engaging in activities that boost your mental clarity and focus. When you respect your mental health, you prioritize practices that support your emotional well-being and avoid negative patterns of thinking that might hinder your growth. You recognize that mental wellness is essential for living a fulfilling life, and you are willing to take the necessary steps to protect and nurture it. Respecting your mental health means giving yourself permission to take breaks when needed, to ask for support, and to remove yourself from toxic situations that drain your energy. Another important aspect of respecting yourself is forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Self-respect is not about perfection or avoiding failure. It's about learning to treat yourself with compassion when you fall short. Everyone makes mistakes, and no one is perfect. However, when you respect yourself, you give yourself permission to learn from those mistakes without carrying shame or guilt. You understand that mistakes are part of being human, and you use them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By letting go of self-judgment and embracing self-compassion, you create space for healing and personal growth. You begin to see yourself as someone worthy of love and understanding, even when you don't get everything right. Respecting yourself also means taking responsibility for your own life. It means acknowledging that you are in control of your choices and actions, and that you are responsible for creating the life you desire. Self-respect involves taking ownership of your decisions, even when they are difficult, and being accountable for the direction your life takes. It's easy to fall into the habit of blaming others or external circumstances for where you are in life. But true self-respect comes when you take full responsibility for your life's path. By doing so, you empower yourself to make positive changes and create a future that aligns with your values and aspirations. When you respect yourself, you cultivate an inner strength that allows you to face challenges with resilience and confidence. Life will inevitably bring obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but when you have self-respect, you are better equipped to handle those difficulties. You know that your worth is not determined by the challenges you face or the opinions of others, and this allows you to navigate life with a sense of peace and steadiness. Self-respect gives you the courage to stand tall in the face of adversity and to persevere even when things get tough. Additionally, self-respect influences the relationships you form. When you respect yourself, you are more likely to attract people who value and respect you as well. You don't settle for relationships that diminish your sense of self-worth, and you create space for healthy, supportive connections. Respecting yourself allows you to recognize when relationships are not serving your best interests and gives you the strength to walk away from toxic dynamics. You are able to build relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and love, which fosters a sense of fulfillment and happiness in your life. Ultimately, respecting yourself is about creating a life where you honor who you are, set healthy boundaries, care for your mind and body, and take ownership of your journey. It's about living with integrity and self-love, knowing that you deserve nothing less than the best that life has to offer. When you respect yourself, you radiate a sense of confidence, worth, and peace that not only transforms your own life, but also inspires those around you. Listening is one of the most powerful tools for building connection, understanding, and trust in any relationship. It's not just about hearing words. It's about truly absorbing, understanding, and responding in a way that makes the other person feel heard and valued. Your listening skills play a crucial role in how you relate to others, especially in relationships where emotional connection and empathy are key. When you listen actively and with intention, you create an environment where others feel safe to express themselves openly and honestly. This kind of listening strengthens bonds, fosters deeper communication, and ultimately makes people feel understood and respected. At the heart of good listening is presence. Being present in the moment means that you're not distracted by your thoughts, your phone, or anything else around you. When someone is speaking to you, they want your full attention. The simple act of putting away distractions and giving someone your undivided attention communicates that they matter. People notice when you make eye contact, nod in understanding, or lean in slightly as they speak. These nonverbal cues show that you are engaged and care about what they're saying. By being present, you signal that you respect their words and their perspective, making it easier for them to share more openly. Listening well also means not rushing to respond or interrupt. Many people, when they're listening, are actually waiting for their turn to speak rather than truly absorbing what the other person is saying. This can lead to misunderstandings and missed opportunities for deeper connection. When you listen without interrupting, you give the speaker the space they need to fully express themselves. It shows patience, respect, and a willingness to understand their point of view before offering your own. By allowing someone to finish their thoughts before responding, you create a more meaningful conversation where both parties feel heard and valued. Empathy is another key component of listening. Empathetic listening goes beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions behind those words. When you listen with empathy, you pay attention not just to the content of what's being said, but also to the underlying feelings. Whether someone is expressing joy, frustration, sadness, or excitement, empathetic listening helps you connect with their emotional state. This level of understanding allows you to respond in a compassionate and supportive way, which makes the other person feel seen and validated. Men, like anyone else, appreciate when they feel understood on an emotional level. When they share something with you, they want to know that you're not just hearing the words, but also recognizing the feelings behind them. Sometimes, listening requires asking questions. Sometimes, good listeners know that it's not just about waiting for their turn to talk. It's about asking thoughtful, open-ended questions that encourage the speaker to share more. Asking questions shows that you're interested in what they have to say and that you want to understand them better. It also signals that you're actively engaged in the conversation and care enough to go deeper. The right questions can help clarify thoughts, invite reflection, and keep the conversation flowing. For example, instead of simply saying, "That's interesting," you might ask, "What was it about that experience that stood out to you?" This approach not only fosters more meaningful dialogue, but also strengthens your connection with the speaker. Non-judgmental listening is another essential skill. People want to feel safe when they speak to you, and this can only happen if they know you won't judge them for what they say. Listening without judgment means you accept the speaker as they are, without imposing your own biases or opinions on them. It's about creating a space where the other person can be honest without fear of criticism. Men, like anyone else, appreciate when they can express their thoughts, vulnerabilities, or challenges without being judged. A non-judgmental attitude makes them feel comfortable opening up, which in turn strengthens the bond you share. It's also important to be mindful of body language when listening. Your body language can communicate a lot about how engaged you are in the conversation. Open posture, eye contact, and leaning forward slightly all indicate that you're fully present and listening with interest. On the other hand, crossing your arms, avoiding eye contact, or checking your phone can send the message that you're distracted or uninterested. Being aware of your body language helps you show that you're truly engaged in the conversation and invested in understanding what the other person is saying. Effective listening also involves validating the speaker's feelings. Validation doesn't mean that you agree with everything someone says, but it does mean acknowledging their emotions and experience as valid. You might say something like, "I can see why that would upset you," or "It sounds like you've been through a lot." This kind of response helps the speaker feel heard and supported, even if you have a different perspective. Validation fosters an environment where people feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of being dismissed or invalidated. Listening isn't just about what you do when someone is speaking. It's also about how you respond. A thoughtful, considerate response shows that you've really taken in what was said and that you're giving it due consideration. It's important to avoid jumping to conclusions or offering unsolicited advice unless the other person asks for it. Sometimes the most powerful response you can give is simply acknowledging the speaker's experience and offering support. For example, instead of immediately offering a solution to a problem, you might say, "I understand how tough that must be. How do you feel about it?" This response shows empathy and allows the other person to share their feelings in a safe and open space. Active listening also requires patience. Not every conversation is going to be smooth or clear-cut, and sometimes it takes time for the speaker to articulate their thoughts fully. By being patient, you show that you're willing to wait for the full picture before forming an opinion or offering advice. It's important to resist the urge to fill in the silence or rush the other person, as this can make them feel like you're not truly listening. Patience in listening shows that you value the speaker's thoughts and that you're willing to give them the time and space they need to communicate effectively. Ultimately, your listening skills are a reflection of your respect for others and your desire to connect on a deeper level. When you listen with intention, empathy, and understanding, you create a space where meaningful conversations can unfold. You build trust, foster strong connections, and show that you truly care about the other person's thoughts and feelings. Good listening is a gift that allows you to strengthen your relationships, deepen your understanding of others, and create an environment where people feel valued and heard. Whether in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional interactions, your listening skills have the power to transform your connections and make a lasting impact. How you handle stress speaks volumes about your resilience, emotional intelligence, and capacity to navigate life's challenges. Everyone experiences stress in different ways, but what truly matters is how you respond to it. The ability to handle stress effectively is not just about managing the pressure in the moment, but also about creating long-term strategies to maintain your well-being. It involves a combination of emotional control, practical problem solving, and self-care that helps you cope with life's inevitable difficulties in a healthy and productive way. One of the most important aspects of handling stress is maintaining a sense of emotional balance. When faced with stressful situations, it's easy to let your emotions take over, but allowing stress to dictate your emotional state can lead to poor decision-making and burnout. Developing emotional control means recognizing your emotions without letting them overwhelm you. It's about acknowledging the stress without letting it define your actions or mindsets. You learn to pause, take a deep breath, and respond with clarity rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional balance helps you maintain perspective and stay grounded even when life seems chaotic. This emotional regulation is crucial because it allows you to think critically and respond calmly rather than giving in to panic or frustration. Stress often arises from external pressures, but it can also stem from internal expectations and self-criticism. When you handle stress well, you are able to differentiate between what you can control and what is beyond your influence. You recognize that while you can control your reactions and mindset, you cannot control every external factor. Letting go of the need to control everything is a powerful way to reduce stress. By focusing on what you can control, such as your actions, attitudes, and choices, you free yourself from unnecessary anxiety. This mindset shift allows you to handle stress in a more focused and productive manner without feeling defeated by circumstances beyond your control. Another key element of managing stress is the ability to prioritize and set boundaries. Stress can easily become overwhelming when you try to juggle too many tasks at once. When you handle stress effectively, you learn to assess what truly matters and focus your energy on the most important tasks. This means saying no when necessary and protecting your time and energy from unnecessary demands. Setting clear boundaries helps you prevent burnout and allows you to manage your responsibilities without feeling like you are being pulled in a million directions. Prioritizing tasks and setting realistic goals also helps to break down large, intimidating challenges into manageable steps, reducing feelings of overwhelm and increasing your sense of control. Effective stress management also involves adopting healthy coping mechanisms. Everyone has their own way of coping with stress, but it's important to find methods that nurture your well-being rather than contribute to further anxiety or unhealthy habits. Instead of turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms like overeating, excessive drinking, or withdrawing from others, you focus on positive outlets that help you release tension and relax. Whether it's engaging in physical activity, practicing mindfulness, meditating, journaling, or spending time with loved ones, finding healthy ways to cope is essential. Physical exercise in particular is an excellent way to reduce stress. It releases endorphins, boosts your mood, and helps your body relax after a stressful day. Practicing mindfulness or deep breathing exercises can help you center yourself and regain focus, making it easier to handle difficult situations with calm and clarity. Your mindset plays a significant role in how you handle stress. Cultivating a positive mindset and practicing resilience helps you bounce back from setbacks and navigate challenging situations with a sense of optimism. When stress arises, people with a positive mindset tend to view the situation as an opportunity for growth or learning rather than a threat. This shift in perspective helps you approach stress with a more constructive attitude. It's not about denying that stress exists, but rather about reframing it in a way that empowers you. By focusing on solutions instead of problems and keeping a hopeful outlook, you are better equipped to handle challenges without feeling defeated. Support systems are another crucial factor in managing stress effectively. While it's important to develop self-reliance and coping skills, you don't have to face stress alone. Having a strong support system, whether it's friends, family, colleagues, or a mentor, provides a sense of reassurance and encouragement during stressful times. Knowing that you can turn to someone for advice, emotional support, or simply to vent can alleviate some of the pressure and make stress feel more manageable. Sharing your feelings with others helps you gain perspective, feel understood, and remind you that you are not alone in facing life's challenges. Self-care also plays a major role in stress management. Taking time for yourself to recharge is essential, particularly when you are feeling overwhelmed. Self-care is not just about indulging in occasional treats or vacations. It's about consistently nurturing your physical, emotional, and mental health. This might mean taking regular breaks throughout the day to rest, engage in hobbies, or simply relax. Getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and engaging in activities that bring you joy are all critical components of self-care. When you make self-care a priority, you're better equipped to handle stress because you're maintaining your energy levels and protecting your overall well-being. Developing time management skills is another essential aspect of handling stress. Being organized and planning ahead can reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed by deadlines or unexpected challenges. By breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps and setting aside specific time blocks to focus on them, you create a structured approach to handling stress. This sense of organization helps you stay on top of your responsibilities and prevents last-minute panic. When you handle stress effectively, you learn to use your time wisely, allowing you to be more efficient and focused. Ultimately, how you handle stress reflects your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. It's not about eliminating stress entirely, as that is impossible, but rather about learning to manage it in a way that preserves your well-being by practicing emotional regulation, setting boundaries, prioritizing tasks, adopting healthy coping mechanisms, and maintaining a positive mindset. You can reduce the impact of stress on your life. Developing these skills helps you maintain balance, stay focused, and continue moving forward, even when life becomes difficult. By fostering a healthy relationship with stress, you create the space to grow, learn, and thrive despite the challenges you face. Kindness and compassion are two of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate in your life. They are the foundation for creating deep, meaningful connections with others, and they also foster a sense of fulfillment and peace within yourself. When you practice kindness, you actively choose to spread positivity and support to those around you, whether through small gestures or large acts of service. Compassion, on the other hand, takes kindness a step further by fostering an understanding of others' pain and a desire to alleviate that suffering. These two qualities are essential not only for personal relationships, but also for creating a more harmonious and empathetic world. Being kind means considering the needs and feelings of others and offering support, encouragement, and help without expecting anything in return. Kindness can be shown in countless ways, from holding the door open for someone to offering a listening ear during tough times. Often, kindness is reflected in simple actions that brighten someone's day and make them feel seen, heard, and valued. Whether it's offering a compliment, showing appreciation, or even just smiling at someone, these small acts of kindness can have a profound impact. They remind others that they are not alone and that there is goodness in the world, even in the midst of challenges. Compassion, however, is a deeper form of empathy. It is the ability to recognize the suffering of others and to feel moved to help or offer comfort. Compassion is not just about feeling sympathy for someone's pain. It is about truly understanding that pain and taking action to ease it. Compassionate people do not shy away from discomfort or distress, but instead choose to engage with the struggles of others in a way that brings healing or support. It requires emotional vulnerability because it demands that we open ourselves up to others' experiences, even when those experiences may be painful or difficult to witness. Kindness and compassion go hand in hand, yet they are distinct in their expressions. Kindness often appears in everyday interactions, a constant undercurrent that flows through your behavior and communication. It is something that can be shared with anyone, regardless of whether you know them well or not. Compassion, however, may be more evident in times of difficulty or crisis. Compassionate individuals tend to be those who rise to the occasion when someone is in distress, offering not only their time or assistance, but also their heart. The desire to alleviate suffering is at the core of compassion, and it often leads people to engage in acts of kindness that require greater personal sacrifice. In a world that sometimes seems harsh and indifferent, kindness and compassion are vital for building strong communities and relationships. They remind us that despite our differences, we are all interconnected in our shared humanity. When you show kindness and compassion to others, you acknowledge that everyone is carrying their own struggles and challenges. Whether it's a friend dealing with personal loss, a colleague overwhelmed with work, or even a stranger who seems distant or frustrated, kindness and compassion help you look beyond surface-level interactions and see the humanity in others. A person who embodies kindness and compassion creates an environment where trust and respect can flourish. By consistently showing care and understanding, you create a sense of safety and security for those around you. People feel comfortable expressing their needs, sharing their struggles, and asking for help because they know they will be met with a compassionate response. When you show kindness and compassion, you set an example for others to do the same. These qualities are contagious and have the power to ripple out into the broader community, inspiring others to be more thoughtful and considerate in their interactions. Being kind and compassionate doesn't mean that you never experience frustration or conflict. In fact, these qualities can coexist with healthy boundaries and assertiveness. You can be kind and compassionate while also standing up for yourself and addressing issues when they arise. Kindness does not mean tolerating mistreatment, and compassion does not require you to sacrifice your well-being for others. True compassion involves recognizing when you need to care for yourself in order to be in a better position to help others. It's a balance that allows you to give without depleting your own energy, and it's essential to sustaining kindness and compassion in the long term. While kindness and compassion are essential for improving the lives of others, they also benefit your own well-being. Research has shown that practicing kindness and compassion can reduce stress, increase happiness, and improve overall mental health. When you engage in acts of kindness, your body releases feel-good chemicals like oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, which can boost your mood and create a sense of well-being. Compassion, too, has been linked to improved emotional resilience and a greater sense of life satisfaction. These benefits come from the deep sense of connection and fulfillment that arises when you make a positive difference in the lives of others. In addition to the personal and relational benefits, kindness and compassion contribute to creating a more just and compassionate society. When individuals take the time to understand and help others, they contribute to a culture of care that extends beyond personal interactions. This shift in focus from individual success to collective well-being fosters a society where empathy and understanding are the norms, not the exceptions. Small acts of kindness and compassion, when multiplied, can lead to significant social change, whether it's in the form of social justice movements, charitable endeavors, or everyday interactions that uplift others. It's important to remember that kindness and compassion don't have to be grand gestures or dramatic acts. Often it's the little things that have the greatest impact. Offering a simple smile to a passerby, sending a thoughtful message to a friend, or taking a moment to listen without judgment can make all the difference in someone's day. These everyday acts of kindness and compassion create an atmosphere of care and respect that ripples out, influencing others and fostering a sense of community and togetherness. By embodying kindness and compassion, you create a life that is rich in connection, understanding, and fulfillment. These qualities bring out the best in you and in others, helping you build deeper relationships, foster a more empathetic world, and live with greater peace and joy. Through acts of kindness and compassion, you make the world a better place, one small act at a time.